Tonight marks 1 week since a woman was killed in a shootout inside Lakewood Church after police say she walked into a hallway armed with an AR-15 style rifle. The sound of the gunshots were caught on the church's live stream.
Missions.com/2024. Repito.
Today, services were held inside of the church for the first time since that shooting. Julissa Garza was there and talked to Pastor Joel Osteen.
Joel Osteen says that this special service was one of healing and unity, and his biggest message through it all, reclaiming this space that so many come to every week.
It was, it was a shooting, but somebody said it didn't have the word M-A-S-S before it. And that's the grace of God. So I thank God for that.
A Sunday service centered around healing inside of Lakewood Church after a woman identified as Genesee Moreno walked inside and opened fire 1 week ago. She was killed by 2 off-duty officers working security. Her 7-year-old son, who she brought to the church, was shot in the head. He's still in a hospital. Another man was hit in the leg.
Really what today is about, reclaiming what is ours, reclaiming the space.
Despite what happened, Pastor Osteen says several miracles took place.
One thing that hits me is that the officer that helped to neutralize her was really a hero. I mean, it was a miracle that he stepped up, because she had this big long weapon and he doesn't have that. But I mean, that was certainly a miracle.
Many churchgoers happy to be back and holding on to their faith, like mother and daughter Danielle and Demaya.
There is no reason to fear. I'm here to support not just my pastor, but the vision of Lakewood.
Members part of Iglesia Lakewood also glad to be back for their afternoon services, like Liana Vega, who has been part of Iglesia Lakewood for 19 years and recounts what it was like inside last Sunday. She says what she can remember from that day is seeing people running, but also people praying. And Pastor Osteen says praying is something they'll continue to do for everyone.
Our message is we're here to help you heal, to begin that process. And I know, sometimes that memory and that trauma can just try to pull you back, but I believe God's going to help them and help us to be able to help them in a greater way.
Pastor Osteen tells me the church has reached out to the family of 7-year-old Samuel Moreno, but they have not heard back. As for the little boy himself, HPD Chief Troy Finner says that he's still in the hospital and in critical condition. Reporting outside of Lakewood Church, Julissa Garza, KHOU 11 News.
Julissa, thank you. So here's what we know about the Lakewood shooter, Genesee Moreno. The 36-year-old Conroe woman was armed with a rifle that had a sticker supporting Palestine on it. She has a long arrest history dating back to 2005 and a long history of mental health issues, according to HPD. Our cameras were there when police and FBI executed a search warrant on her home in Conroe that Sunday night. According to the search warrant, authorities listed 32 total pieces of evidence: bullets and rifle cartridges of various calibers, 2 soft-shelled bulletproof vests, and a mask with the words "Free Gaza Trump" were listed in that search warrant. We also expect to get a first-hand look at the shootout as Chief Troy Finner promises the release of officer-worn body cam video.
You'll see live gunfire inside of this building. You'll also see some of the challenges of a real-life gunfight, not TV, real life, what goes on. If somebody comes in with an assault rifle, and even if you're an officer, you're outgunned, and you have to take cover, and then another person steps in and helps.
Chief Finner says that video will be released within the department's 30-day window. That makes the deadline March 12th. We have extensive coverage of the Lakewood shooting online, including the dozens of calls for service to the Lakewood shooter's home. That's on KHOU.com right now.